How old are you right now? You may still feel confident in your strength. You watch what you eat and stay active at the gym. You believe you will never turn into that frail older person. This message is exactly for someone like you. What you are about to hear could prove to be a turning point that shapes the rest of your life. Many older adults encounter a period that proves to be the most challenging stage of life. It does not come right after retirement. It comes between the ages of 70 and 75. In just those 5 years, many people start to lose their strength, their peace of mind, and even their connection to the world around them, almost like falling fast down a steep hill. What is quite surprising is that the people who often experience the most significant difficulties are the serious, disciplined ones who always try to take care of their health. Why is it that someone who seems so full of life can suddenly decline so quickly and grow isolated after turning 70? Behind it all is a frightening pattern hidden in modern life, something I call the cliff at 75. Today we are going to explore a late life reality that has resonated with more than 340,000 people. And I will share the ultimate survival strategy to help you navigate that cliff and keep living with your smile, your dignity, and your true self intact. If you stay with this video to the end, you will learn specific ways to transform the 5 major forms of despair waiting in your 70s into genuine sources of hope. This is the kind of message that can make you look back 10 or 20 years from now and say, I'm so glad I watched that when I did. On this channel, I will continue sharing practical guidance and healthy aging tips for adults over 60. So please subscribe right now and make sure you don't miss what is coming. Next, the first cause is accelerated frailty. Have you heard the word frailty before? Put simply, it is that perilous intermediate stage between being healthy and needing daily care. After age 70, muscle mass starts to diminish far faster than most of us ever imagine. A walk to the local grocery store that felt easy yesterday can suddenly feel one morning as far away and as brutal as climbing a steep mountain trail in Colorado. That is what renders frailty so unsettling. Let me tell you about a 72-year-old man named Richard. During his working years, Richard was a top sales executive, and even after retirement, he never missed his daily 10,000 steps. He took pride in telling himself he was much younger than other men his age. But then, at age 73 one day, he could not open a jar of jam from the kitchen shelf. His hand could not grip firmly, and a sharp sting ran through his wrist. In the end, he had no choice but to ask his wife, "Can you open this for me?" Richard later said that in that moment, he felt a level of despair he had never known before. This was not just a matter of weaker grip strength. It was the moment physical muscle loss started to erode at the muscles of confidence in his heart and mind. Once a person starts thinking, "I'm done now," they begin to hesitate before going outside, and when they stop walking, their legs grow weaker still, while the risk of falling increases significantly. The practical method to break that vicious cycle is not by spending money on expensive supplements. What I want you to begin today is a simple toe exercise that takes only 30 seconds. While sitting in a chair, use your toes to pull a towel toward you. That tiny towel grab movement assists in restoring your ability to press firmly into the ground and can dramatically reduce the fear of falling. That feeling of gripping the ground with your own feet and knowing your body still obeys your command is the very first weapon you need to surmount the challenges that so many people face in their 70s. The second cause is what is often termed social death. It may sound like a severe term, but for men between the ages of 70 and 75, the loss of role often hurts more than illness itself. During your working years, you may have been a senior manager or a respected team leader with people who relied on you every day. But the moment you completely retire after 70, that business card you once carried with pride can suddenly feel like merely a scrap of paper. You wake up in the morning with nowhere you need to be, no calls coming in, no emails waiting for your reply. That sense of no longer being needed by society can subtly diminish your sense of purpose, and this kind of loneliness inflicts genuine harm to the brain. Research often cited by institutions like Harvard Medical School suggests that the health impact of chronic loneliness can be comparable to smoking 15 cigarettes a day. Many people try to remain mentally acute by doing brain games or puzzle books, but there is something far more powerful than that. What truly activates the brain is authentic, live conversation with another person. A simple exchange like, "It's a beautiful day today," or "That's a great-looking jacket," can immediately activate multiple regions of the brain. In fact, laughing with someone for just 5 minutes can be much more beneficial in preventing cognitive decline than spending a full hour on mental exercises alone. Learning to value yourself without a title or position is the second crucial survival approach. It does not matter whether it is a local volunteer group in a small town in Ohio or a casual hobby club in California. What matters is that you find a place where you can contribute, not as a former executive, but simply as a human being who still has something valuable to offer. The third cause is the gradual fading of friendships. Once you enter your 70s, it becomes an inevitable truth that goodbyes start occurring more often around you. A friend you were golfing with last week in Florida is suddenly hospitalized, and a close companion you met every week can unforeseenly pass on. The casual "see you next week" that once felt routine can unexpectedly become a final farewell. This is one of the primary reasons why the 70s are often described as the most emotionally difficult stage of life. As your circle shrinks, your world can begin to feel smaller and more isolated. But this is not the moment to give up. The solution that has resonated with more than 340,000 people is not about trying to replace lost friends with new deep relationships. What you truly need are wider, lighter, and more relaxed connections. Building deep relationships from scratch can feel exhausting at this stage of life. Instead, it is enough to greet familiar faces, exchange a few words with a cashier at your local supermarket, or nod to someone you see regularly. Having at least 3 of these informal connections is one of the most powerful ways to protect yourself from the risks of solitude. You might become a regular at a neighborhood coffee shop in Seattle, join a morning group exercise in a public park in Texas, or simply recognize familiar faces at your local library. That subtle awareness that someone notices you and that you belong somewhere creates a feeling of safety, and that feeling of being gently watched over serves as a form of unseen comfort that can alleviate the worry so many people carry in their 70s. If you're still watching this video and feel that what we're sharing is truly helpful, please leave us a comment. How old are you and where are you watching from? Do you have any experience with the topic we're discussing? Even just a few words from you mean a lot to us and are a great source of motivation. If you haven't subscribed yet, please hit the subscribe button now and turn on notifications. Thank you so much. Now let's continue. The fourth cause is the challenges of caregiving. This is a reality many people would rather avoid, but it is something we need to face honestly. Between the ages of 70 and 75, not only does your own health start to shift, but this is also the period when caring for a partner frequently commences. This is what is known as elder-to-elder caregiving. Many devoted spouses believe they should never delegate care for their loved one to anyone else, and that true love means handling everything alone until the very end. There are countless sincere and responsible people who carry this entire burden by themselves. But I will say this clearly. That belief, as noble as it sounds, can guide you both toward the worst possible outcome. Just like a man named Daniel who slipped on cold bathroom tiles during a harsh Chicago winter and injured his back, the breaking point often arrives suddenly and without warning. The solution here is simple but powerful. Right now, take out your phone and save the phrase "area agency" on aging. These organizations exist across the United States as trusted consultation centers that support older adults and their families. Even if you don't yet require full-time care, it is enough to say, "I've been feeling a little concerned lately," and start a conversation. Relying on professionals is not a disloyalty to your family. In fact, learning how to use professional support is one of the most crucial aspects of wisdom in modern life. Asking for help is not weakness or shame. It is one of the most effective strategies you have to truly protect the person you love. And the fifth cause is digital isolation. In today's world, nearly all information resides within the internet and your smartphone. Government services, money-saving offers, and most importantly, the ways we stay connected to other people are all there. You might feel that your old flip phone is enough, or that smartphones are too complicated and not worth the effort. But that resistance can subtly isolate you outside the flow of information that keeps society moving. When a natural disaster strikes in a place like California, or when your health suddenly takes a turn, knowing how to use a smartphone is no longer just a convenience. It has become a skill that can directly affect your safety and your life. But here is the good news. You don't need to master every feature or learn anything complicated. You only need to practice two simple things. The first is sending photos through a messaging app, and the second is using voice input. If typing feels frustrating, just speak to your phone. You can say, "The weather is beautiful today, so I went for a walk." And send a photo of a flower you passed along the sidewalk to your son or daughter. That one small action can reconnect you to your family and draw you out of solitude. A smartphone is not just a toy or a device for entertainment. It is a lifeline that maintains your connection to the world, to your loved ones, and to the support you may one day need. So far, we have examined 5 major causes that affect individuals in their 70s, along with practical ways to overcome them. Some of these topics may have felt heavy, but simply understanding them has the power to change your future in a profound way. Now, let me summarize everything into a simple 3-step checklist you can start using today to overcome that challenge. First, spend 30 seconds every day moving your toes. This small habit builds the foundation that protects your ability to live independently. Second, practice asking for help. It doesn't matter if it's a neighbor, a professional, or even a young person. Sharing a small concern with someone and allowing yourself to lean on others is the courage that helps you escape solitude. Third, make it a habit to go somewhere new, at least once a week. Visit a cafe you have never tried in a town like Austin. Walk through a park you have never explored, or step into a place that offers a novel perspective. New environments ignite fresh energy in your brain and maintain your zest for life. The years between 70 and 75 may feel like the most difficult obstacle you will encounter, but if you look at it another way, it is also the perfect moment to let go of old notions and embrace a fresh rendition of yourself. Many people over 75 who say they are happier than ever have mastered one key lesson very well. They know how to rely on others with grace and confidence. You are not alone in this journey. On this channel, we will continue sharing insightful advice to support both your health and your peace of mind. If today's message can serve as a small beacon that guides your next 10 years, that would mean everything. If you have gone through something similar or have concerns you would like to share, please leave a comment below. Your words could offer encouragement for someone else who is facing the same path. And if this video helped you even just a little and you feel ready to take that first step tomorrow, please consider liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Your support is what keeps this work going. Turn on the notification bell so you never miss the subsequent piece of insight that could enrich your life. I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Until then, keep your smile, stay true to yourself, and take care of your health every single day. Thank you so much for watching.